Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a big episode, but it's not lawsuit big. Run the regular intro.
Hello and welcome to the Pointless Distractions podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Draper. With me,
Graham Bergeron.
Scott Westerman.
Pat Draper.
And with us tonight, by far our biggest guest yet, from reviewing history and everyone's favorite member of Tell 'em Steve Davetown, James Bond aficionado, Brian Ruppert. What's up, bro?
Thank you. I'm sure that is all lies. There is no way I'm anybody's favorite.
You're mine.
Thank you. If I'm the biggest get, this is the lowest of bars that will be cleared in short order, I'm sure. So, but thank you for having me, guys. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, no problem.
Happy to have you on.
Yeah, welcome.
So you want to tell us a little bit about reviewing history? I mean, I know about it. Scott does.
So my podcast is called Reviewing History. We go through historical movies. We tell you what's real and fake in them as we make dick and fart jokes. It's a lot of fun. It's light. You know, you'll gain some history knowledge and you'll have some laughs. We have a Patreon with all sorts of content on there. I do a show about slasher movies with Jimmy the Hair Guy from Tell 'em Steve Davetown, as well as my regular co-host Ant. And like, if you look through, I post what we're doing every month, so you could take a look. And if something piques your interest, you could check that out. But the reason I'm really here is every year we bit off the tradition from Tell 'em Steve Dave. We copied it and I bastardized it. They drop a Christmas podcast every year. I've taken that for our show, and we drop a Christmas pod every year on Bandcamp.com. This year is all horror themed. It's called A Very Shining Christmas. If you go on Bandcamp.com and search for Reviewing History, you'll see it. You get 4 hours of Christmas content, 3 hours of horror themed Christmas games with me, Chuck Stana from TESD, Jimmy the Hair Guy from TESD, and Get 'em Steve Dave from TESD, as well as my co-hosts Ant and Steve. So 3 hours of Christmas games and fun, all with a horror twist, as well as an hour-long podcast covering Gremlins top to bottom. It's a lot of fun. It's $5. You're not going to get a better bang for your buck for money-wise as far as laughs to content ratio. So bandcamp.com/reviewing history. Check it out. You don't even have to buy it. You could just follow the page Reviewing History and you'll get updates when we drop stuff there, which spoilers will be next Black Friday. But, you know, check that out. Thanks for having me, guys, and letting me plug my stuff.
Yeah, no problem. Gremlins, God, that's one I haven't seen in a while. That was like my favorite movie.
Oh, yeah. Mrs.
That was the first movie I ever got on video.
Nice.
How old was Billy in that he was like still living with his parents but paying all their bills? I was always confused by that.
23.
Is that factual or are you throwing that out?
So we were talking about it on the show, and I was like, he's 16. I assumed he was like 16, like 17, and working in the bank, and they said, no, he's 23.
Huh.
And hanging out with Corey Feldman, who's like 11 in that.
Right. Nothing creepy
Well,
there.
you know, it's the 80s. You can have giant age gaps, right? Like Marty McFly could be friends with Doc. No one thinks about it. You know, Corey Feldman wants to come over and talk comics with his neighbor. His neighbor's like, sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much that was cut from that movie. There's a big plot line where Billy wanted to be a cartoonist, and like that was way more of a through line, and it kind of makes more sense why he's talking to Corey Feldman, because he's talking to him about like comics. They're both kind of into it. It makes things make a way more sense. And actually, Corey Feldman had a grisly death scene originally that they never filmed, and they decided not to do it.
What?
The original version of the script is so much darker. Like Billy's mother gets her head cut off and thrown to him. Corey Feldman dies. Like, it's gory and gruesome originally, and you know, they tweaked it to be more mainstream acceptable, which worked because it made, you know, billions.
Was it when Corey Feldman's like cutting the Christmas lights with the big gardening shears as you get like electrocuted? Is that the last scene in that movie? Is that
they like
scene
take him away? They like the Gremlins like grab him and take him away. It's the last time you see him in the movie, like on screen. It's in that scene, but the Gremlins come and like, you know, they actually are supposed to kill him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Another part that always sticks out to me is what's her name? Phoebe Cates, like the story about her dad getting caught in the chimney dressed like Santa Claus.
I was gonna say that's dark enough as
That
it
is
is.
very dark, yeah. And then they started a fire and they, yeah.
What the hell were we watching?
He has a cameo in the new Beetlejuice movie.
No way.
You can.
I did hear about that.
If you look, there's a scene where I think Catherine O'Hara is next to a Santa, and he has a broken neck, and I think he has like a toy from the '80s, and it's basically supposed to be Phoebe Cates' dad in Gremlins.
Oh, that's funny.
God.
Holy shit. Wow.
So you mentioned one of the Tell 'em Steve Dave Town members, Get 'em Steve Dave, earlier.
Yes.
Just saw that he just had surgery, and he actually mentioned you in his post as helping him out a lot. How's he doing?
I saw Get him the other day. I'm doing his laundry for him and helping him out. He's
Sounds like a fun job.
he's in good spirit. I don't think it's envious having to do Get him's drawers, having to wash his underwear. You know, like I was like kind of picking it up, like I was trying to use my shirt and stuff,
He's a
like
stick.
getting
Got
his
the
dirty
tongs,
drawers
yeah.
off the floor. Yeah, but I just had to man up and do it. He's a good guy. I think he's one of my best friends. He's in good health. He's getting better. So he hasn't been able to feel his legs for like months.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I saw him walk to the bathroom at one point with a walker, and it was so much quicker than it has been for months where he wasn't able to feel his legs. So this was a big, big improvement. He's getting a lot better.
It sounds like they had to remove some vertebrae, and they just titaniumed him up, and he's bionic now.
I think he had like a bone spur on his vertebrae, which I didn't know could happen. And they had to like shave it down, and then they replaced it. Then they fused his neck.
Oh, man.
And that's my understanding.
Now, this
Wow.
is like the first time I've seen a medical professional, and I would assume years and years.
Right?
Like
That
I would
seems
think,
correct.
I would think they would do blood work on him and be like, "All right, Jesus Christ, well, here's a year plan where we gotta start knocking some stuff out." Like,
This guy isn't human?
how is he walking?
Yeah, I think he's gonna get to the point where he's more machine than man, like Darth Vader, but he's not there yet. It's funny. Like him and Ladondo were talking, and Get him as a healthier liver than Chris Ladondo somehow, based on like their blood work.
That's amazing.
And Ladondo's like a skinny, in shape vegan. So
Uh-huh, right. And Get 'em drinks is like 3 natty daddies a day.
no, it's not just three. It's 3 25-ounce natty daddies.
Oh, yeah.
Me and my friend Steve had a fight with him because he's drinking 75 ounces of beer a night. And he went to the doctor, and he has to fill out a form. How many drinks do you have a night? And
3.
it's like 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and then 5 or more. And he's like, "Oh, I've put 3 to 4." And we're like, "But you don't. You have 75 ounces of
Yeah.
beer." By your
He only has
logic, if
3.
someone sold one giant can of 75 ounces, in your mind, you're saying that's one beer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that checks
That would
out.
be my logic at the
It's not
time.
worse, right?
12 ounces.
We don't need to do math here. It's 3 beers.
Yeah,
It's
the
funny
average
'cause-
serving size is 12 ounces. So I think he's having 75 ounces is like 6 servings.
It's funny. Last Black Friday, Scott and I were down there for the bash or whatever. And Scott, what were the beers we brought for Get 'em? Or you brought? You had a bunch of extras for Ohio. From
Oh, yeah.
Ohio.
I was. You might remember me. I was the asshole that walked in with a backpack full of beer and was like, "Anybody want a beer?" And everybody just stared at me like I had a third eye or something. Like, okay, I guess not. But yeah, I brought in a bunch of stuff. Just a bunch of craft stuff, local stuff, and some Bell's. What's it called? Hop Slam.
It's great beer.
Some of that.
But didn't you say you left some for Get 'em? And he's like, "Yeah, I'll try him later." And then you saw
Yeah.
him at Q West. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't like them."
No, he said they were okay. They're just not his style of beer. They're like a bunch of heavy IPAs and stuff. So it was fine.
I think he gave it to my co-host Steve.
I was gonna say somebody might have just
Yeah.
give them away, which is fine. I hope they enjoyed them.
Yeah, Steve
That's why I
drank
brought
them. Yeah,
him.
I think he liked them.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad they went to good use then. Yeah, that was awkward. I just like everybody just kind of sitting around watching TV, doing nothing. I walk into the backpack cooler full of beers, like, "Hey, anybody want one?" And just kind of crickets. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, well,
I
we
guess,
had
I
hit
guess I'm the
take
drunk
group.
asshole around here.
We had hit a couple bars between then and at that point, but
Yeah, we were.
like we
already
all went out to
saucy.
that Italian restaurant. I know
Olive
Rupp was
Garden?
there. Like I don't think he didn't know what I was at the time, but we were sitting at the table with Get 'em, and like Chuck was there, and Alex, Natalie. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
it was
super
right after-
awkward.
Yeah, because Chuck and Natalie had just really started dating around that time because they just met on the cruise. When was that? I guess that was earlier in the year. So yeah,
This
they'd
was
probably
like
been together
almost
about-
a year ago.
So I guess they've been together about 6 months at that point.
All right, enough Tell 'em Steve Dave talk. We
Yeah, we don't need to talk about
promise
them.
we wouldn't just bother you with that shit.
You're welcome to. I'll talk about anything you guys want. I'll roll with anything.
Well, Kyle says that you're like the world's biggest James Bond expert, so he was trying to put together a bunch of James Bond themed stuff for you. So hopefully that
love it.
doesn't go over. Hopefully that goes over well.
I'm a huge Bond fan. I would say I have borderline encyclopedic knowledge. So,
Right? That's
yeah.
what Kyle said, yeah. He's like, he's the only guy I know that knows more about Bond than I do. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because I had gone over to you and asked you who played the very first James Bond. Like, I was specific. I was like, who played him in, like, the very first time? And, anyone's going to say Sean Connery, of course.
Yeah.
And Rupp
Does
goes
anybody else here know?
Nope.
No.
Was it Lazenby or was he after Connery?
No, he was after.
Okay.
It was Barry Nelson who played, what was his name? Stuart Ullman in The Shining, the manager of the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the
With Jack Nicholson.
no shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he
pretty sure
played-
you've told me that before.
Yeah,
probably.
sounds like
I
a
just
lounge singer.
Did
Very
not
Wilson.
commit it to memory.
But he
Yeah,
played
don't
James
care.
Bond in was it like a live telecast Casino Royale, like
For
Oh, yeah,
CBS.
This is sounding familiar
late
now,
50s or
Yeah, I think it's like 55. He's Jimmy Bond.
Oh, wow.
yep, Card
Jimmy
Tricks,
Bond.
Jimmy Bond. And I think Peter Lorre was the chief.
He's the chief.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Pat, did you know there has been 3 Casino Royales?
I did not.
Well, now you do.
Well, there's that one, and then the spoof from the 60s with Peter Sellers. That is a
Right.
wacky movie.
Movie is terrible. However, the theme is incredible.
Oh,
and
Herb
I
Albert and
reckon-
Tijuana Brass?
No way.
that is a great song.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But like everybody is in that movie, like from that time frame.
Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Really? It's like one of those big Towering Inferno or kind of those kind of movies.
It's just this like
Get every
stupid
star
spook,
they can.
Like like Peter O'Toole
Niven.
randomly cameos.
Jeez.
Orson Welles.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Huh.
He's the chief, Orson Welles.
Lushy.
and then obviously the Daniel Craig Casino Royale, which is the best Bond movie of all time, in my opinion, at least.
It's up there.
What would you guys say? So, what's everyone's favorite Bond movie? Obviously, mine's Casino, but I think I would tie it with On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, I haven't seen them all, so I don't know. I haven't
Doesn't
seen
matter,
any-
just shooting the shit.
Oh man, yeah, I did like On Her Majesty's Secret Service, but I haven't seen that in 30 years probably. Jeez, I can't remember.
He wants to come back to you?
No, because I'm not going to have an answer anyway.
What about you,
I'm old,
Pat?
my brain doesn't work.
I hadn't seen them all, obviously, but I'd say Casino Royale because we used to drink those freaking martinis and watch that. And
The Vespers? Yeah.
yeah, I
Drink
do
a
love
gin and fight each
GoldenEye,
other.
too.
Oh, GoldenEye's really good. Yeah, yeah, that's hard to say.
Pat, I know you like License to Kill a bunch too, right?
Yeah,
I
GoldenEye
remember
saw
showing
one I've
you
seen
that
the
one. I
most.
was like, this is pretty dark for at least that time.
that's the one with the shooting that freaking missile at the tanker.
Yeah.
What's his face there? Timothy Dalton,
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton.
Mr.
Robert
Skinner.
Davi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne
Sanchez.
Newton.
Wayne Newton.
Oh shit!
Isn't that Benicio del Toro's first movie too?
Yeah,
Maybe a
it's early
second.
for him.
Wow.
He dies, yeah. I hope you gave her a nice honeymoon. And then he gets thrown into a meat grinder.
And that's like the only time until later that it's the same Felix Leiter, the same dude who played him in Live and Let Die. Was it David Hedison?
David Hedison, yeah.
Yeah,
Live and
randomly
Let
they
Die
bring him
and
back
that.
like a
Yeah.
decade and a half later.
Like
Well,
what?
because in Live and Let Die in the book, he gets his legs bitten off by sharks, but they didn't do that in the movie. So License to Kill, they're like, let's
That's
fulfill
flippers.
that promise. Let's bring David Niven back to get his legs ripped off.
It's like, you remember him, right? From like 1972? No.
And then somehow he still survived. So okay, cool.
Yeah. His wife didn't.
No.
Graham, favorite Bond movie?
I'd say it's probably a tie between GoldenEye and Casino Royale. I mean, I would consider myself a very casual Bond fan. Like, my dad liked the movies a lot, so I remember seeing bits and pieces of a lot of them on, like, Saturday afternoon, like, Sunday afternoon on TV.
Yeah.
So I've definitely, I would say I've seen at least parts of most of them, but the only two that I can remember seeing from start to finish and enjoying the most was GoldenEye and Casino Royale.
That's the same director too, I believe, right?
Arden
Is
Campbell, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm definitely a plebe when it comes to this stuff, but I think the one I've seen the most probably is Goldeneye, actually, because we watched that a few times. What's the one after that where
Tomorrow
is
Never
that?
Tomorrow
Dies.
Never Dies.
Okay, is that which is the one where he's driving the tank through downtown? It's just
Goldeneye.
That's
that is
Goldeneye.
Goldeneye.
That's
Okay,
Goldeneye.
that's it. Okay, that's the one.
He's like-
yeah, that's probably it then. And he's like adjusting his tie, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Was
yeah,
Die
I'll
Another
go-
Day the
I'll go
one with
Goldeneye then.
the parasurfing scene?
Yeah.
It opens up in-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the one where the villain
I
has
say
like
World's Not Enough has the pair of hawks.
the
or whatever the hell
diamonds
those
in his
things are called.
face.
Yep, that's the word. That's sorry, Die Another Day. Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember that one vividly, but I can't say that I enjoyed it.
The Invisible Car. That movie's fucking fun,
Oh.
man.
How come when the dude that has whatever his name is with the diamonds in his face, he's getting his like face like changed like genetically, but he keeps the diamonds in? Like, how the hell is he supposed to?
Like that.
Like that
bling.
makes
Well,
no sense.
Danny swapped faces, so it was a trick. So the guy with the diamonds in his face was actually the white guy,
Yeah.
and the white guy was actually the guy with the diamonds in his face.
yeah.
They did a face off situation.
What's his name? Gustav Graves or something?
Gustav Graves, yeah.
Sometimes I'll just be at work and think of a random name and like, what the fuck is that from? Gustav Graves.
Oh, that's funny.
Great villain name.
Yeah.
hmm
What about favorite Bond songs, theme songs?
I don't remember them all. Like I said, I'm very, very, very casual Bond fan. I'm like Graham. Like basically, when they were on Saturday nights growing up, I'd see them. So I mostly saw all the Roger Moore stuff growing up, and I didn't see any of the Connery stuff till really later when I just actually sought it out and watched it on my own. And then I think I missed. I watched the Pierce Brosnan ones. I think I only saw the first Timothy Dalton one. I don't think I saw like his second one. Or did you 2 or 3?
Too.
2. Okay, so I don't think I saw the second one at all. I don't think I still seen that one. So I don't know. So yeah, asking me like what my favorite this and that is, it's like I've seen like some of them and I don't remember them at all. So
I think you know more of the songs than you would even like.
Yeah.
Like Carly Simon, nobody does it better. Like, how many people
That's a
actually
good
know
one.
that's a Bond song?
What?
Yeah,
I literally
I
had
used
no
to hear that
idea.
as a kid.
What,
and
really?
I thought that was.
I had
like,
no idea.
That was like
That's
on the
from-
Today Show as a kid, and it says "The Spy Who Loved Me" in it, but I had no idea that was
that's a
James
Roger
Bond
Moore
thing.
one. I know that. I just don't
Yeah.
remember which
Well,
one.
there you go. You're halfway there.
I do like Skyfall.
Adele.
That was the
Yeah.
last good one. Well, No Time to Die wasn't a bad song, but Skyfall is the last great one.
I'm gonna say the best of all time is "A View to a Kill." Duran Duran.
Oh,
yeah, was
I
thinking
love that one.
What's the other one I was thinking?
Paul
of?
McCartney, Live and Let Die. You can't go wrong with that one.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
about
Oh,
that
yeah.
one also. Yeah,
I've seen that
There's only a
live 3
few-
times.
There's only like a few bad ones. I would say "Man with the Golden Gun," Lulu.
That's
Living
not
Daylights is good.
great.
Yeah.
I love Living Daylights. I was gonna say that's probably my favorite.
That's only the second Aha song I know besides "Take on Me."
It's only the second song anybody knows from
Yeah, it's so random that they picked them. But yeah.
Well, they're
Oh,
huge
what's
in
that?
Europe and Australia and shit. I found this out. I called them a one-hit wonder, and I had a bunch of people yelling at me. They're only a one-hit wonder in America, and I'm like, yeah,
Where-
that's the only part of the world that fucking matters.
America.
Oh, that's funny.
Where are they from? Norway or something?
Yeah, they're Norwegian.
Oh, what the hell is the song I'm thinking of now? Dang it. Oh,
Tina Turner, the Goldeneye or whatever.
no.
All-time high, Sheena Easton.
Which one is that?
Rita Coolidge.
On an old time.
All-
No, it is
Yeah,
another
those-
one. Though.
Isn't that Rita Coolidge? Sheena Easton
is
is
Rita.
For Your Eyes
Sheena
Only.
Easton is for your eyes only. You're right.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. For eyes only. That's it.
By the way, Rupp, we're
Please.
probably naming this pod,
For
this
your
episode, for your
eyes
pod
only.
only. I don't know if you're
Okay,
going to approve
cool.
of that one.
Only for
I know. I
you.
like it.
Yeah, I'll go for your eyes.
Whatever happened to Sheena Easton? I only
Well,
know
she
her
did
from
Midnight Train, right?
She had a few hits. in the
that. This is
80s
a
when
Scott
she was
question.
kind of
Scott's
disappeared.
older than all of us.
My
know.
baby
I'm not a Sheena
took
Easton
the
fan.
morning train.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
her?
That's
He
her. Yeah,
works
that's her
from
big hit.
9 to 5 and then. Oh boy, good times. Yeah, she was always on the top 40 list, but I don't remember any of her songs because I am old, but my brain doesn't work anymore. So there's that.
I'm trying to think of any of the other bad ones. You remember that Jack White song and Alicia Keys?
Yeah, that song is terrible.
I
That's
remember when
one
that
of the
came
worst.
out.
That's towards the bottom.
I had that as my ring back way back in the day when those were a thing.
Oh wow.
Did you not want no one to call you?
Pretty much.
Please don't
Like-
call.
Anything
Like,
that
I'm
came
not
out
leaving
Bond
it.
was like, no, I see the good in it, I guess.
Die Another Day is rough.
Oh,
That's what
Madonna.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the part where she randomly just says Sigmund Freud.
What?
It's
Yeah.
catchy though. I've definitely had
It-
that stuck in my head before.
Look, I love all of them, even the terrible ones. But I can be like, yeah, that's not a good song.
Sigmund Freud.
At one point, no song should just have someone go Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund Freud.
What about best Bond girls? Who's
Christmas
everyone's
Jones.
favorite? Oh fuck!
I'm not
Graham,
joking.
the other day I was like, Graham, say Christmas Jones.
No, you
Yeah, we were talking
you
about her the other day.
assumed that one of my because I grew up then that would be my favorite. But again, I was 9 when that movie came out. Like,
I was like 14 or 15, maybe.
Oh yeah.
So Christmas. I love Christmas Jones to this day.
Denise Richards.
I didn't know until I got older and on the internet that people didn't like her as a Bond girl, and I'm like, I don't get it. How could you not like her as a Bond girl? She's hot as fuck. And they're like, I don't believe she's a nuclear scientist. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Who gives a fuck? That's not why I watched a Bond movie. I get the hottest chick possible for every female role. This is a Bond movie.
So,
that's what I want.
So at the end of the movie,
yeah.
they're in Istanbul, and he's toasting her. And he goes, "I've always wanted to have Christmas in Turkey," and so bad.
Jesus.
Looks like Christmas comes twice this year. Or Christmas comes early this year. Yeah. I love Christmas Jones and I love Vesper Lynn. The Eva Green is so fucking hot.
I mean that's my answer.
That's Graham's, yeah.
But again, like
I'm gonna stand by
on the top.
I'm gonna stand by Solitaire, Jane Seymour, because she's like 75 and can still get it.
Oh yeah.
He is a sneaky top of the list candidate. I also like Mary Goodnight.
Oh, from Man with the Golden Gun?
Man with the Golden Gun, yeah. Britt Eklund, man. She was cute.
Wasn't she married to Peter Sellers?
Oh, really?
She might have been.
What about you, Pat?
Probably Fancy Dancing, whatever. Xenia on the top.
She's the only one you can name,
Yeah,
though.
probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
she did look good,
Well,
I don't
Pussy
like
Galore.
The lesbian.
Yeah, make a little sandwich.
He's reformed. Bond changed her.
What are some of the other terrible names? Holly Goodhead or whatever.
Lenny O'Toole.
Yeah.
Named after your father, perhaps.
When they throw out the windows, I didn't know there was a pool down there.
Yep. What else? What are some other good names? Fuck. We're definitely gonna miss some now.
Who was the chick in the pool in Man with the Golden Gun? Chew Me or something?
Chew Me and Chew You, yeah. Which they basically did in Austin Powers with Fook You and Fook Me.
Fuck me, yeah.
They did it first, though. It was Chew Me.
Oh.
And some of the early ones weren't that risque. Honey
Sylvia
Rider's not
Trench's-
that. Sylvia Trench.
Yeah, that's secretly dirty.
What was the name again?
Sylvia Trench.
Is that like early 60s, like dirty?
Yeah, secretly. What else?
I think.
Kissy Suzuki.
I like
Yeah,
Kissy
yeah.
Suzuki.
Suzuki. You only live twice.
Who was the one in Moonraker?
Holly Goodhead.
That's all they good.
Okay, couldn't remember.
That's a great movie.
It's the one with Jaws or whatever, and the gondola and the Alps or whatever.
It's one of the Jaws ones, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's in 2. Double the Jaws.
What was the other one? Spy Who Loved Me, right?
Spy Who Loved Me, and then the next one was Moonraker, yeah.
What's the chick's name in that? Triple X. What is her name?
Agent X.
Yeah.
It's Barbara Bach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's not a bad
What's her
choice.
name?
She married Ringo. Oh yeah, same Ringo Starr,
Ringo.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I think she was, yeah.
Anya Amasova?
That's it.
Hooray, internet. There's no way in hell I would have known that on my own.
I was gonna say he knows way more than he's letting on.
World is not enough.
Octopussy.
Not only do they have Dr. Christmas
Mhm.
Jones, they also have Dr. Molly Warmflesh.
Oh, yes. She tests him at the beginning.
Oh, that really is her name? And she just clears
Yeah.
him even though he's busted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fun.
He banged her
Pretty
good.
So, Graham, since you're the only one who took this exercise serious about coming up with a potential Bond movie, you want to go over yours, and then I can talk a little bit of mine.
I guess so. I
Or should we
really
just
thought
save the
we
best
were
for
all gonna-
last?
So, Rupp, you remember originally we were talking about
Yeah.
we're all going to come up with a movie, title, song. Graham's the only one who actually fully committed to a plot.
All right, well, at least someone did. I'm excited. I want to hear some pitches, and I like being judge, jury, and executioner. So,
Yes.
I'll just volunteer him to go first.
I mean, if I'm the only full pitch, why
It's
don't you
gonna be
guys?
very
Why don't you
disappointing
guys
after that.
give
Yeah,
some
why
of
don't we save
your
the best for last?
ideas?
Oh, I gotta look at my notes then. So my Bond pitch is a sequel to On Her Majesty's Secret Service if George Lazenby had stayed with the series, whether he had not been fired, quit, nobody really knows. It's up in the air. The name would be called All the Time Is Not Enough because all those movies hadn't come out yet. So obviously the theme song from On Her Majesty's Secret Service is We Have All the Time in the World, Louis Armstrong. And the Bond family crest is The World Is Not Enough, which was later used as a title, but that doesn't matter because this is going to be like 1972. Yeah, that's all I had after that. I was gonna have the Delphonics do the theme song. I think that'd be like perfect Motown to like do that around that time frame.
Wasn't this your idea, Kyle?
Yeah,
And that's what you came up
and
with?
I've been thinking for freaking weeks. I was thinking of so Bond's wife gets killed in the beginning. I was thinking of her possibly being pregnant, and then like they find out after the fact and deliver the baby. It was just gonna.
Ooh, Baby Bond.
It wasn't gonna work out. It sounded too much like the newest one, and just I couldn't get anywhere with it. But I'll take the
So-
loss immediately.
so yours is a sequel to the original On Her Majesty's Secret Service
Correct.
with George
Lazenby.
Lazenby.
Correct.
All right, so this is the movie we should have got like 50 years ago, however long it is.
Yeah,
Math isn't
if
my strong
Diamonds had
suit.
never happened, they never got Sean Connery back.
Okay. If he didn't get the worst advice ever from his agent, okay.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, his agent was like, Bond is old and dated. Now that you're in, you gotta like shake it and do something different. And like he was like, okay, he showed up to the premiere with long hair. He didn't look like Bond.
my
He grew a
gosh.
beard. And he basically told the producers to go fuck themselves. And he left
Oops.
Bond. He left the franchise to do Universal Soldier.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There's that whole documentary on Hulu about that, right? About George Lazenby.
Yeah.
I'd recommend that to anybody. It's great.
It's on Hulu. Okay, I'll check it out.
It's about don't gas yourself up.
Yeah.
And Jane Seymour's in it too. All right, whose turn is it?
Mine sucks, so I'll do it too. I'll do it next. We'll build up to the good one that somebody actually
Yeah,
put
Graham's
thought
gonna
into it.
win. He has a fucking plot.
He has a plot. Mine, I couldn't really come up with a good name because all the James Bond names are just, throw word salad in there and see what comes out. Just toss it a bit. So I just call it like Edge of Legacy or something, working title.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be modern day, and it's going to have Pierce Brosnan since he's still around, and it's basically going to be Old Man Bond, essentially.
Okay.
Essentially, well, I guess we'll just get into it. I was trying to figure out who would do what I wanted to do for the soundtrack or for the main title. I want to do kind of a throwback, more of an 80s kind of thing, or 80s, 90s kind of vibe. And I wanted somebody older with more of a husky voice. So I'm actually going with Chrissy Hine from The Pretenders doing the theme.
Ooh.
I thought it was a little out of the box, but it might work pretty well because they always like to have the, big operatic, big whatever, female singers doing them. So it's going to be Pierce Brosnan. Basically, he's semi-retired as Bond. He's not really. He's a little too old to go out and do all the cool 007 shit, but he still does work for. Is it MI6 or whatever?
MI6, yeah.
Okay, MI6, MI5, MI6. One's domestic, one's foreign. I can't remember. Whatever. So yeah, he basically still does like easy assassination work. They need somebody to go out. They'll fly him out somewhere. He'll find a nice vantage point, snipe somebody from afar. Go home. So essentially there's been a lot of turnover, everybody's aging out, like his generation's aging out. They got all the new young whippersnappers coming in that think they know everything, and it's all technology. They're telling me he's an old fossil. His ways are dated. I think they've kind of done something like this before. But essentially it's going to be, they're not going to do enough research on the guy, like, the young guys that know everything. And they're going to send him out to do a special, basically a favor assassination for the CIA. And they don't really, like I said, they don't do enough research. They go out, he finds out that the actual target they wanted to kill is Felix Leiter, because this is before all the reboots and everything with the Daniel Craig stuff.
Yeah.
So Felix is still around. Of course, Bond's like, well, that's interesting. Why did the CIA want me to kill Felix now? And so he kind of starts looking into. He says he takes the job. He says he's going to do it. Of course, he contacts Felix to find out what the hell's going on, and it finds out that basically everybody, the CIA is corrupt, of course, because it's the CIA doing CIA shit. They're working with MI6 on some bullshit with these young guys. So it's basically just going to become like a buddy movie with him and Felix traveling around the globe trying to figure out what's going on. Essentially, I'm thinking it's going to be kind of an Epstein list kind of thing where these guys are trying to protect it. It's like the CIA guys are trying to get the dirt on everybody, and they have this list. And it's I was kind of taking some inspiration. You ever read the Mark Miller comic King of Spies? It's basically it's basically like old James Bond. He finds out he has cancer, and he's like basically he's going to make the world burn all the assholes that screwed him over over the years. And it's basically going to be like I said, him and Felix traipsing around the world. Whatever. There's going to be little situations they got to find. They got to go to this file. They got to go find that guy. They got to get to this computer. Whatever. Just server farm in Bulgaria or whatever. So they'll be hopping all over the place, doing all the James Bond shit. And I figured it'd be kind of funny because they're both old guys. They're getting help behind the scenes from the old guard back at the CIA and back at MI6 who don't like these young punks either, but they can't really do anything officially, so everything's off the books, but they're getting a little wink and a nod help from other buddies. And of course their old ways are outdated and nobody wants to do them, so all the young guys they're of course 5 steps ahead of the young guys who keep trying to track them with computers and shit, and they can't win any stand-up fights because they're old fuckers, but they got all the gizmos and gadgets, so they're like blasting everybody, like laser watches and exploding pens, all the classic Bond shit. And eventually, at some point, I guess since it's Pierce Brosnan, they're going to have to pull out the BMW, the Z3 or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was going to go with an older car than that, but it's got to have a car with all the gadgets doing all that stuff. It's just going to be a lot of throwbacks. It's probably going to be a lot of member berries, which would piss off a lot of people. But at the same time, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Make it more of a style like the Pierce Brosnan stuff, because it's more of a palate cleanser after all the Daniel Craig stuff, which is like dead serious, this and that and blah blah blah. It's like I want some bad one-liners and quips and everything. I want hot girls doing stuff, and all the old guys like hitting on the hot girls, and the girls are like not having it at this point, and it's just like that's odd, because it's always they've always been the smooth guys that get all the girls. That's basically what it'd be. And then, of course, at the end, the young whippersnappers are going to get their comeuppance, and probably by something cheesy like an exploding pen or something. It's one of the gadgets. They're going to take them down with that. So
I'd watch it.
It's kind of a half-formed idea, but I just kind of like the idea of like Pierce Brosnan coming back as an old Bond, being old Bond, all the old tricks and all the gadgets and stuff, and just showing these new whippersnappers on the block what's what.
I'm here for old man Bond, so
I'm super impressed by that. I thought you were going to be
I'm actually really
I'm hardly James Bond. He's
well, I was trying to come up with plot details, and I can't really do it. It's like I know they just want to go from location to location because that's what they do in Bond movies. And it's always going to be like, they're sending these younger troops after them and stuff, and they're clearly outclassed, but just because they got the brains and the years of experience and the fun little gadgets, they're going to pull stuff out of their ass at every turn and win. So, but yeah, that's the general idea.
I'd see that.
I like it.
I think it'd be fun.
All right, Pat, what's yours?
I got nothing. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, that's my line.
All right, wait. I'll give you an out. Who would you cast in a Bond movie right now? Who'd be your pick?
As Bond?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Pat doesn't really watch current movies.
I think Clooney could do it.
What?
Yeah.
Who'd you say?
George Clooney. I feel
Get
like
the
he could do
fuck
it.
out of here. What?
American?
A 60
I want somebody from Britain.
65-year-old American?
Kidding. Probably, what's his face? David Tennant? He could probably do it.
Doctor Who?
I like David Tennant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think he could.
yeah. Might be too old now, but I think he would have been
A
pretty
little too
decent.
gaunt, is that the term? A little too skinny?
Yeah, he strikes me a little too, maybe.
Maybe Benedict
I like-
Cumberbatch could probably do it.
You're just throwing out any British guy you can think
No,
of.
I'm not a giant fan of him, but I think he could do it. But
He's a good
might actually
actor.
be a good pick, yeah,
yeah, he is.
I could see that.
I can't, because all I can think of is Star Trek Into Darkness and those terrible action scenes.
Or Doctor Strange.
And I don't want to see him fist fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I just want it to be some dude I haven't seen in anything, or maybe I saw in one other movie, like when Daniel Craig got cast. I'd seen him in Road to Perdition, and that was it.
Yeah.
Even though if you look back, he was in plenty of stuff, but that's all I knew at the time.
Yeah, that was his big thing, but he was in like Layer Cake, and he was the villain in Tomb Raider, which I think is the thing I had seen him in.
Oh, I always
I
forget.
forgot about that. He was in
Raider?
Tomb Raider.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's
Nobody
the villain
thinks of
in, I think,
that.
the first one.
Was he in Kid in King Arthur's Court? Wasn't he in that as like a knight?
What?
Yeah, he's in that. He's in Young Indiana Jones adventures.
Wow, really?
He's a villain in one of them. Yeah, he fights
Those are
Indiana Jones.
great.
He's like I think he plays like a British Nazi, if I remember. He's definitely a bad guy. He fights Indy. It's an episode with Catherine Zeta-Jones
Oh,
on
wow.
Disney Plus. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even know those were on Disney. Damn.
I need to
yeah.
watch those. I've only seen about 3 episodes of
Doesn't
that.
she play like Matahari in that or something?
I think the Matahari is in that one. Yeah, I think it might be Catherine Zeta-Jones. I don't remember fully though.
All right, Graham, I believe it's your turn to wipe us all out.
Okay, I mean, Scott's was
Brady,
better
you
than
gotta
I
go
was
against
expecting.
Scott, 'cause Scott pulled it off.
Because it was
though.
something.
So mine is more of a modern interpretation. It's kind of what I hope the Amazon Bond will be, where I want it to be modern, but without doing that modern thing of making it like dark and broody, and it's Bond. I want it to be fun. I think.
Yeah, can I just interject there real quick on that? That's what I was thinking too. It's like, what I didn't really, the Daniel Craig movies, for what I've seen, I've only seen Casino Royale and bits and pieces of the later ones. But it's like, if I want edgy, realistic James Bond, I'll just watch a Jason Bourne movie, you know? Like, give me the fun stuff. Give me the crazy one-liners and gadgets and stuff. Come on.
Can I defend the Craig era for 1 second?
Absolutely. Sorry, Graham.
So this is a thing that happens with every Bond actor once their tenure's done.
Uh-huh.
Once their tenure is done and we're in between Bonds, everyone starts to shit on the previous era of Bond. It happened with Pierce Brosnan. It's happening with Daniel Craig. And the era before him, everyone loves again. And now everyone's like, the Pierce Brosnan era was the best. But like when Brosnan was Bond, it was like...
Oh, people shit all over it.
People shit all over it. And then especially during the Craig era, people were shitting all over Brosnan. And it's just funny how that happens. What I'll say about the Craig era, it's made in a post 9/11 world, and I think it was the Bond that era needed, where it was like grounded and gritty, and it brought it back to kind of the early basics of like From Russia with Love and Dr. No. And, it got bigger as time went on. Look, I think there's mistakes made along the way. Like, I think Spectre making them brothers was a mistake. I think No Time to Die was a terrible way to end his tenure. But, like, he was Bond for, he's going to be he's the longest running Bond actor from it's over 20 years.
Didn't Daniel Craig say that the Austin Powers movies ruined all the gadgets and stuff, that you couldn't really do that anymore? It would just be too silly.
I think they ruined it, and I think the Brosnan era being so big kind of hurt it as well. Because there's a thing with Bond movies, they tend to start smaller, and then typically the fourth movie gets really big and so crazy that they have to go in the other direction. Where it's like, if you look at Roger Moore, his first movie is Live and Let Die. His fourth one is Moonraker. Where he's in space. Same thing with Connery. His fourth movie is... or I think it might be his fifth movie is You Only Live Twice, where it gets too big, and then, they have to do a reset for the next one with On Her Majesty's. So I think that's kind of just the trend of the franchise. And even though Die Another Day was a hit, Bourne came out and kind of ate its lunch. Yeah. So I get why they did it. I'd love to see them try to steal some stunt mojo back from the Mission Impossible franchise and get some big, crazy stunts going and fun, and avoid the period piece trap. Do not do a period piece. If you do, Bond is dead. Bond has to be like a shark. It has to keep moving forward with modern things. If you go back into the 60s, you're trapping him there and he's dead because you'll never get him out.
Okay.
Yeah, I need that sliding
I feel like it'll become like the Kingsman movie. All right, sorry, Graham.
No, it's fine. Then that's an advantage for me. So when I say modern, I'll come out and say I do think that the Craig Bonds were the appropriate Bonds for the time. But I think now movies have shifted more into like embracing the goofy sides of things again. Like serious movies can, you can have all these Marvel movies, embracing what makes the characters great. So I think a Bond movie can go back to being a little unserious. So my Bond movie is following in the tradition of just taking some random words and throwing them together.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh boy.
Did you use the name generator?
I did not. I tried.
That thing was
Quantum of Golden Gun.
Well, yeah, it just picked words from previous. I want it to be new and refreshing. So this Bond movie is called Data Storm.
Okay.
And
All right. Sounds modern
it
and
is-
appropriate and Bondy.
probably not a very exciting pick for Bond, but I think that Aaron Taylor Johnson would make a great James Bond. Like a nice
That's my
modern,
pick.
kind of
I
young,
can see it.
try to get
everyone's pick though right now. I mean, like,
try to get away from Craven.
real quick, Pat. Do you know
Trying to get
who
away
Aaron
from
Taylor
Craven.
Johnson is?
I'm literally looking up right now. I have no idea.
Kick ass.
Oh,
Kick-Ass, Quicksilver.
Quicksilver, yeah.
But he's not a little
Oh, yeah.
he's not a kid anymore.
well, I know Kick Ass. Okay, yeah, all right.
What's that movie?
I had to look it up.
Bullet Train. He's really great in that.
He was good in Bullet Train, Nowhere Boy when he's
What was that,
younger,
like, Savages or whatever with
Nocturnal Animals.
And for the
Jake
song,
Gyllenhaal.
I just went with, popular contemporary pop artists. So Sabrina Carpenter is going to do the theme.
All right, I don't want to see this movie anymore.
Oh, get over yourself. All right, so the basic plot of the movie is an American politician is assassinated, and the American government thinks that the assassin came from like within the government. So they ask MI6 to send someone to try to investigate and figure out what happened. And then Bond gets sent there and embroiled in a much bigger plot. So basically what happens is there's this tech billionaire who is developing a computer chip that can be implanted into your brain to control, various electronic devices. Nothing that would correlate to current events or anything. But Bond starts to uncover that the chips are part of like a more sinister plot, and this tech billionaire is developing these computer chips to control people's minds. Because the billionaire, his main mission in life is to better the world and like save the world as he sees it. But due to like federal regulations and stuff, no one will let him just have like free reign to do whatever he wants. So he figures that if he can get enough people in the world to have these chips implanted, he can basically overthrow all world governments, take over the world, and then like rebuild it as he sees fit. So then Bond gets tasked with shutting him down. He's got these big satellites that can control everyone, so Bond has to shut the satellites down at the end of the movie. So that's like the basic plot, is he figures out that, this billionaire is trying to control the world so that he can remake it into like his perfect world. And so the other thing that I came up with is the movie has like a gimmicky henchman. So all the best Bond movies. All the best Bond movies.
I forgot to add a gimmicky henchman.
A gimmicky henchman. So this one is the billionaire's head of security is the gimmicky henchman. He has like a prototype chip in his brain that was basically it was the prototype for the satellites. So his chip is the only chip that can like directly interface with other people's. So he can, just like the satellites, like he can take over people who are in the direct vicinity. So the big third act climax is Bond's going to have to break into this big tech building, and the henchman is going to be in the security room, and basically everyone in the building has these chips. So he can at any point just like take over someone and have them fight Bond. So Bond's trying to get through this building, but anyone at any point can turn into basically like a sleeper agent, because this guy also, he can control all the cameras and stuff, so he can see where Bond is going.
Is the henchman Lobot?
I mean,
basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can only control one person at a time. So, like...
Oh, okay.
But it could be anyone. He can control anyone in the building, because they all have the
So we
chips.
just go Bond to the
they all have the
gauntlet
chips
of,
in
like,
them.
fighting.
Yeah, and so
that could be fun, because it would
Yeah.
just be like random people just turn around and start.
So it's just some
start turning
secretary, and he takes over, and then just Bond's like, pow.
Yeah. Basically.
All right, that could be fun.
I do, not to make the Kingsman comparison, but I really
It's like the Kingsman fight.
Yeah,
church
that's
scene,
what I was thinking
but
of,
it's
yeah,
only
just like bam, bam,
ever
bam.
one person at a time. It's not like everyone in the building is going to rush him and he has to fight his way through. Like, it would be a little more tense. He has to avoid the cameras and stuff and all that. So it'd be a little more stealth. He could use some gadgets to try to get through.
Invisibility cloak.
There's also the Bond girl who works for the tech company. She's, she figured out what the company's doing and is trying to stop them. So she helps Bond. They hit it off. A little bit of romance. Third act twist is that she has had, a chip put in against her will. So Bond has to also try to shut down the satellites so he can save her while she's trying to stop him from shutting down the satellites.
Oh, I thought you were going to get all rapey and be like, and then Bond puts on the helmet and he controls her at the end. That's how they would have ended it in the 70s.
Only one of our pitches
IUD.
has an Epstein list, so I'm going to keep it that way.
Now Bond's on the Epstein list.
I could totally see at the end of like a Connery or Moore one, he's like,
let me try this on.
Does it really do whatever I say? And then he puts it on and you hear it go, oh, James. You know? And it cuts away. Like,
That's
I love
exactly
that.
what I was picturing.
James Bond will return in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Once he gets out of jail.
there could definitely be a scene where he meets up with her in the building and she tries to seduce him, and then he, puts together that she's being controlled and has to, tear away from some maybe less than consensual sex.
His male advances.
I mean, that's pretty much the basics of it. A nice contemporary megalomaniac trying to take over the world story.
What's the villain's name? Like Elon Tusk or something?
I was gonna say, it's like which.
I couldn't come up with a name.
Yeah,
What's your Bond
I'm
girl's
into
name?
it. You picked the right Bond. You picked my pick, who I want to be Bond. It's contemporary, which I like. I like the tone. I like aping things in the real world. I think there's nothing that's more Bondian than that. I don't know if the new Bond is going to go after billionaires, though, considering he's owned by Amazon. I think it's going to be more like, I have to help get these packages
Yeah,
out
remember
on
I was
time.
like, you're going to go on Meta and he's going to go after Bezos?
Well, it's my hope for the Amazon Bond. It's not what I think they're going to do.
He's going to hack into some drones and deliver packages real fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I need
like
that
a
thumb
word-
drive real
Some
quick.
warheads on there.
I need that thumb drive.
Blue Origin is a great spacecraft. We need to take it up.
We need to get into space to take over those satellites.
I did
something like Bane.
I think we have Blue Origin.
I did consider having the climax in space, but I thought that, you don't want to jump right into space.
No, you build up to space,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
My other suggestion is I really wanted to make Michael Bay's James Bond.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here for it. Megan
Random
Fox
things
is a Bond
exploding.
girl.
Megan Fox is the Bond girl, right?
Or I think my first pitch was Zack Snyder's James Bond.
Oh, boy.
Oh, please, God, no.
It's like, why is it so dark? It's supposed to be
What?
noon at the equator. Why is it so dark?
So much slow-mo. Why?
The 4-hour James Bond cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good. I liked it.
Thanks. I mean,
Definitely gonna come down to Graham or Scott.
All right. Pat wins.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
wait, for George Clooney alone?
I just love George Clooney.
I'm going to give it to Graham. He picked the right Bond. He picked my pick. I like that contemporary. I like the tone. It was detailed. It was well thought out. I like the mind control thing. I think that's fun. I think that's a spot I could see them going. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna do a full another origin. I think they're gonna start from scratch again.
No.
Supposedly they're doing a young Bond again, like before he gets his 00, where it's like, I don't want that. But yeah, that's kind of what I've heard that Stephen Knight's writing. But who knows? They don't even have a Bond yet. And this film is supposed to come out in about a year.
Right.
Oh, they got plenty of time. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like 2027 it's supposed to come out, so we'll see.
Oh, wow.
Wait, is Denis Villeneuve still in talks to direct it?
He signed on. He's the director.
Isn't he actively filming Dune 3?
That's got to
Right
be almost
after-
done by now, though.
Right after Dune 3, they're starting Bond in March. So March 2026, they're done wrapping Dune, and then he's hopping right on to Bond in 2026. And supposedly it's going to come out in 2027.
It's a tight schedule.
Here's a new goal for Graham. Will he see Dune before he sees the next Bond? Let's
I
find
saw
out.
part 1.
Oh, you actually did?
Yeah.
All right.
I just haven't watched part 2 yet.
Oh, I know Scott had,
I
but
still haven't watched it either. Yeah, I need to watch part 2.
I just
I'm
haven't had
sorry,
like
you
a
guys don't
free.
like great movies. Like, oh, I gotta fit that in at some point.
I just
So,
haven't
Rupp,
had a
do you
free
have any-
3 hours.
Rupp, have you ever put together any ideas for a James Bond movie? What you'd like to see, or
Oh,
just basically,
all
like
the
you said,
time.
general guidelines, like the right actor, the right current events, that sort of thing.
This is like what I fucking do all day,
Just
daydreaming.
dream
You know,
about
like
it. Yeah.
like right after Spectre, I was like, okay, here's what I would do for No Time. Well, what became No Time to Die. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, what I'll do is I'll open with him and Madeline getting married. She gets gunned down to start the movie, and the rest of the movie is Bond trying to get revenge.
Right.
And basically do the book of You Only Live Twice.
There
And
you go.
that's what I would have done. I would have
Nope.
done some change. I would have changed some things, made it, more movie and cinematic. But I definitely would have had Bond on Revenge. Currently, here's what I could tell you: I'm casting Aaron Taylor Johnson as Bond. I'm bringing back Ray Fiennes as M.
Nice.
I'm leaving Ben Whishaw as M. I'm finding a new hot young Money Penny that's like about the same age as Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm getting. I was not like I thought. Denny Villanueva is an okay choice. I think he's a good choice. He's a good director, but I just feel like he's going to make it serious.
Make it
I
too
would have
artistic.
I would have went with Spielberg.
Yeah.
I think he's the Bond director that got away because he wanted to do a Bond movie when he wasn't big enough. Then he was too big and the franchise wasn't big enough. But now I think they're kind of at this spot where they like can meet finally.
Yeah.
And like I think a Spielberg Bond movie could really kick ass. Or I would go Martin Campbell to he's like the guy who jumpstarts a Bond. So that would be my
The
director.
3 best Bond movies of all time.
Yeah, exactly. So I would consider those guys as far as director. Plot, I like the tech billionaire thing. I would go to Fleming and I would try to do a Fleming trope of like a billionaire who cheats, which causes Bond to look more into the case and he has to investigate it. The Bond girl, I'm just going to say Sydney Sweeney because she's really hot, but like I'm getting, whoever the hottest actress
Who the
I
hot
could
girl
find
we could-
is.
yeah.
Yeah, whoever it is, it could be a foreign chick that I'm unaware of. So I'll just say Sydney Sweeney for now. And I'm putting Bond on an adventure, and I am telling a awesome movie, and I'm making the stunts big and epic and Mission Impossible-esque.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm going with. I'm going as big as I can and making a statement.
It was always
I
a
like
rumor, but I really wanted to see what a Christopher Nolan Bond would look like. I think like he's past franchise
Probably
films
sound like
like that.
Tenet.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be.
I don't know. I wanted to see it because I always
Pat,
felt
what
like
would your-
his Batman was a little too.
Pat, what would your director
spy-like.
choice be?
Ugh.
Louis Boll?
Yui Bowl.
Louis Boll's Bond. I want to see that.
Ooh, would there
If I
be a
ever win the
boxing
lottery, I'm
scene?
going to make that happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe David Fincher. I don't know.
David Fincher.
Wow.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Nihilistic Bond? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
That's the thing. There's got to be a good balance between like the super serious, like Born Identity type stuff, and like the goofier, like I don't know, like not quite Roger Moore stuff. But there's got to be a good balance there, and I think that's kind of why I like the Brosnan movies a lot, just because I think they strike that balance really well.
Brosnan
Yeah.
era is like the best of era, where you get little tastes of everything throughout
Yeah.
the franchise, and it's like a best of, and it's all the flavors coming together for their own thing.
Yeah, it's just hard to get the right tone that I think would just be perfect. Because
mean-
like you said, you mentioned like the Kingsman movies, and it's like some of the stuff in there would be hilarious, but it's like that's a little too over the top for it. It's a little too goofy. Like,
Yeah, I'd be
bring
like-
that back a little.
I was laughing the whole time, but they fucking ruined it. I'd be upset. Even though I love those movies separately, obviously.
I mean, again, it's going to sound a little cliche, but I think like a John Wick tone is good, where it's like a whole serious like plot and undertone, but they know how to have fun with everything. Like the world is fun, and like the characters are fun.
Yeah, I think that matters. I think fun matters. I think the tone is very important. I would take a Brosnan tone. I'd add more stakes with bigger stunts and updated, technical things. But I think that Brosnan tone would be perfect. Maybe add in, just a tiny bit more humor at times or maybe even a little darker. I don't know. You could go either way. It's like you gotta find that perfect balance of sweetness and bitterness. So that's
Cool.
kind of where I'd go.
Like I thought the Craig movies are a little too serious. They need to have a little more lightness and fun to them. And like it sounded like the Timothy Dalton ones are kind of the same way too. It's just like put a little more fun in there, just a little bit. I mean, like I said, I didn't see the second one, so I don't know. But the first one was just like, dude, like come on, give me more
License
fun
to
here.
Kill is fun. He fights ninjas.
Okay.
For like a second.
Yeah,
Oh well, all right.
it's worth it.
I don't know. I really just want to just sit down and just watch all of them because I know I can't remember which ones I've seen because they all kind of blend together with the older ones and stuff. I'm just like I just want to sit down and just have a Bond marathon.
It's
I think
a
I'll do
treat
that.
to watch them all.
Yeah, I got to do that too. There's probably more than half them I haven't seen, or at least not all the way. So it's my task.
Well, they're all on Amazon.com right now. Or excuse me,
Perfect.
Amazon
that's
Prime.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, luckily, I have that.
Well, I do have a lot of vacation days coming up here, so actually,
Yes,
I only work.
watch all the Daniel Craig movies and then get back to us.
All right,
Don't start with Craig. Go in order.
I want to go. I want to go in order. Just watch them all because there's just some of them are just so.
Real
so
quick, does
goofy.
anyone know the very first Bond movie they ever saw? Because mine would have been You Only Live Twice. It was like 93 or 4, so I was like 9 or 10. But my dad was watching it on like TBS.
License to Kill for
007
me.
Days of Bond.
Mine was
Yeah.
either Live and Let Die or Moonraker, whatever they were playing on, the CBS Saturday Night Movie or whatever back in the late 70s.
I think mine was Goldfinger. I mean, that's the earliest one I can remember.
My first one in theaters for sure is Tomorrow Never Dies. So I know I saw that in theaters, and I had played the GoldenEye game, and that's kind of what made me a Bond fan, like a lot of people of my age.
Yeah.
Well, if you had
And
played
I'm
that
not-
PlayStation game, you probably wouldn't want to see that movie.
Yeah, exactly. If I
It's
played
awful.
Tomorrow Never Dies. But yeah, GoldenEye is what made me that got me into Bond, and I'm not sure if I had seen GoldenEye as a movie before Tomorrow Never Dies, but I know for certain Tomorrow Never Dies was the first one I saw in theaters, and I left it like amazed. I was like, "This is the best thing I ever saw." And like I used to record Bonds off the TV when they would air.
Nice.
I had like VHS copies of everyone recorded from TBS. 007 Days of Bond with the commercials. I used to look forward to it every year.
I think Goldeneye was the first one I saw in theaters, though. The other ones I just caught whenever they were on TV. I'm pretty sure that's the only one the first one I saw in theaters, though.
I wouldn't mind.
I had a
little
note
bit
about
more.
Ken Burns' hair because I had heard that on Rupp's podcast. And Pat is
Oh,
also, but he lives like really close to your house, right?
Well, his summer place is 15 minutes from here. Yeah, in Lake Sunapee. Yeah.
So you've seen his terrible haircut in person.
No, actually, I have not. But that fucking hair is from another generation. Jeez.
Wait, I thought you've talked to him before, though,
I
Lou.
don't think I have.
Oh,
No,
I thought
I
you
saw.
actually met the dude.
No, I mean, I saw him from a distance one time when we were
Oh,
in
that's
Sunapee
bullshit.
Harbor. Yeah, I know. But yeah, there's a few people that are up there, like celebrities and stuff. Obviously, Steven Tyler has a house there, and the owner of Zip Cars, and a few other people. But
You mentioned zip cars the other time. We have no idea what that is.
well, the original creator of Indian motorcycles, his family still has a place up there.
Ooh la
Over
la.
there.
Now you got my dad's attention.
There we go.
Did we want to talk about Spider-Man for a bit?
Yeah,
Whatever
and,
you guys want to talk about, I'm game.
Yeah,
It's like, whatever.
it's Graham's time to shine with Spider-Man. I know, like Rupp loves him, so let's go.
I mean, I always love talking comics with people. So I don't know, like Scott and Pat, what your like history with Spider-Man is.
Not much.
So I
don't
just come up with a couple questions just to
Yeah, let's do it.
spark up some Spider-Man questions. I mean, the main question was just like, what's your history with Spider-Man? Like,
Oh God.
what's everyone's Spider-Man stories?
Spider-Man is the most important fictional character in my life.
Wow.
I'm not religious, but he's probably the closest thing I have to a religious figure or, a moral barometer that I could like guide myself based upon. I absolutely love the character Spider-Man. I think he's the most relatable character in all of fiction. I think he's insanely human. I think he's versatile. You could do just about anything with him. He's everyman. I've been reading Spider-Man comics, since I was a kid, my entire life. I've played video games, comics, everything. I've always, for a while when I had more money, I used to just buy any Spider-Man thing I've seen. I'm still buying it weekly. My goal is one day to have every Spider-Man comic ever printed, which is an insane goal I'll probably never reach, but it's like my pipe dream.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
I have a slight collection going on that I've been trying to expand.
Nice. What have you got?
I mean, my aunt gave it to me. So I have, I just recently got it over like last winter, but it was her childhood collection growing up. It's a lot of the like late 100s to late 200s of Amazing Spider-Man. Like a couple past 300, but it's mostly in the I think the earliest one I have is like 185, something like that, through most of the 200s.
Okay,
You got a ways
you got
to go.
some good shit in there.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm missing I think like 15 from like the collection that I want to fill in those gaps first, and then I want to try to expand it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I respect it. It's hard goal, especially, to get the keys, the early ones. My earliest one, I have ASM 5.
Wow,
I have it signed by Stanley and CGC graded. That's my earliest Spidey book.
Noise.
Yeah, I mean, so the reason that she gave it to me is because that was like, she would take me and my sister for sleepovers from time to time, and that was the only thing I wanted to do, was read her Spider-Man collection. So she was trying to like clear out some stuff from her house, and she found it, and then she gave it to me. It was like one of the coolest gifts I've ever gotten.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, mine's a little different because I didn't start reading comics till I was like, or really seriously reading comics till I was like 13. But growing up, yeah, I was like the late bloomer. Like, why are you reading comics as a teenager, you nerd? But whatever. Yeah, growing up like in the 70s and stuff, like I had Amigo Spider-Man, which was awesome. Loved it when the TV show actually came out. That thing was terrible, but I have such fond memories of it. We always had, you just always, Spider-Man was always around, like with the cartoons on Saturday mornings and all that kinds of stuff. And I think the 67 show was actually on after school in syndication for a couple years. So that was always fun. So he was always around, but I never really read the comics. And of course, the only thing you saw, live action or anything would have been the, that TV show that I talked about. He was always around. We actually, growing up on the farm, we one year made the Spider-Man obstacle course. What was that? Was that what we called it? Yeah, something like that. And it was basically like you had to crawl across this beam, and my brother braided a rope out of baling twine, and we had to swing across this thing over here and jump over this hole in the floor. And then at the end, you had to jump out of the hayloft onto the hay at the bottom. It was like, out of the second story. But it was the Spider-Man skills set or skills test or something. I think that's what we called it. But
That's
it was
awesome.
this Spider-Man was just, everywhere, even though I wasn't really into the comics or anything. And then, finally, when I started reading comics in my teens, then, of course, it was awesome. I started reading right after the Black Costume. It was like the first appearance of Puma, I think, was my first issue. And then now my collection goes back earlier than that now. But yeah, so I read them from about 84 to like 88 or so. Then I went in the Army, and I started reading them again when I was there. And then I really collected up till, I don't know, maybe I think at the end of J. Michael Straczynski's run is about when I quit. The One More Day stuff and all that. I read the Brand New Day stuff like the first couple months of that, and I was like, yeah, this ain't doing it for me. And that's when I stopped. Which sucks, because I guess I missed all the later stuff that people say is pretty good, like Superior Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. I never read any of that.
Like some of it, but yeah, you saved yourself a lot of heartache, especially with what they've been doing to Peter the past couple of years.
Oh yeah, I've been just trying to catch up and just watch videos and reviews and stuff, and I'm like, this sounds terrible.
I have the last 3 years of like every Spider-Man issue. I haven't touched them. They're just bagged and boarded.
But my biggest score was at a half price books back around 98, 99. They had an Amazing Spider-Man 129 for $75, and I was like, and I let it sit there for like 2 months, and nobody bought it, and it was just like, okay, because I wanted to get to the end of the year when I could use my 15% off coupon because I was a cheap motherfucker. So I almost passed on that to save like $10 on it, and I did finally buy it, and I was just like, once the movies came out and everything, and it was just like that just shot up like crazy. It's like, oh yeah. Okay. So that's probably my most expensive one. But my run really starts right around 135 or so. and it goes through about 375 really, and then there's a gap there, and then the new stuff when I guess the new series started back in like 98 or whatever. Then I got most of those for a few years.
The John Byrne.
Yeah. John Byrne, and then Straczynski came onto that one. So yeah. There's some gaps, but it goes back my collection does go back pretty far. I don't have any of the earlier stuff. It's just like I'm just buying omnibuses for that because that stuff is way too expensive and hard to get in any kind of decent grade.
I was gonna say, when I first like really got into Spider-Man, it was like the death of Harry Osborn and like right before Maximum Carnage, and then I was like full in.
Yeah, it's funny. I stopped right before Maximum Carnage came out. I missed all that.
I remember it was like 14 issues. I was like, how am I supposed to get all those? You know, as a kid, like you get like one book a week.
Right?
Like right now, I can just buy that in one. You know, that's fine. I'm an adult, but I need to track this down for 3 months.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, like you'd have like different pieces, like you'd have like parts like 5 and 6, and then like 9 and 10, and you have the beginning and you have the end, and you're like, all right,
because it was Spider-Man Unlimited, and then like Spectacular and Amazing and freaking.
Yep.
And there was a McFarlane.
There was no internet for
Spider-Man,
that,
as they called it. Yeah.
Unless you were
You'd
looking at
run into it at a comic
magazine,
store,
you
or
had
thrift
no
shop.
idea what was going on.
Now you just go online and buy it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to read it, you just read it.
Just buy the $12 paperback.
Yeah, well, they reprint a lot of stuff now, which is not a luxury we had back in the day. But yeah, and then the movies came out. The first one was that 2000.
Tobey Maguire
Tobey Maguire one.
2002.
2002. Okay, because it was right. Yeah, it was right after 9/11. That's right, because they had to take the Twin Towers out of the preview and everything, or out of the movie. Oh, that was so cool though when they first showed that preview came up, and you're like, "What is this? This looks so cool!" And it's like at the end, it just has the big web between the Twin Towers with the helicopter caught it. You're like, "Oh, this is awesome, Spider-Man!" And then that came out. It's a little, I don't know, it's a little cheesy now when you go back and watch the movie, but most of them are like that. But it's still good.
It's perfect. Those Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are perfect. I absolutely love them.
It's like the whole origin, beginning stuff,
3,
and everything.
That's my opinion.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say?
Except for part 3, but that's my opinion.
I love 3. It's not great. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's a great movie.
I've seen it twice, but isn't he like Spider-Man for like 10 minutes in that movie? In my mind, that's what I believe.
It actually has probably the most action sequences, but
no, he's Spider-Man for most of 3 because he has the black suit for a lot of it.
Yeah,
you're confusing it with 2, where he does the like Spider-Man No More stuff.
Living in an apartment and all that. Like
Batman Returns, then, and like he's only in the costume for like 9 minutes, or it's like might be Batman Returns.
Anybody looking forward to First Light, the new Bond game?
I know Graham is.
I mean, we were just talking about
the
this
greatest guest of all time.
We were talking about this a little bit before recording. I watched the Game Awards the other day, and the funniest moment of the entire thing was when they showed the new trailer and then had this like big, huge reveal that the villain was going to be played by Lenny Kravitz, and then he comes out and he's talking about how like his villain is like inspired by music and stuff, and I was just laughing the whole time. Like, it looks like a great game, but that whole thing was just the silliest thing I've ever seen.
What's the theme song going to be? American Woman.
Awful cover.
I'd love that.
But I think the game looks good. I like all the Hitman games that company makes.
I never played any of them.
They're fun. It's like, I'm excited because their modern ones are very like sandboxy. Like, they give you a target and the whole level is just like take out the target, but you can like every time you play it, you can do it in a different way. So if they do the same thing for the Bond, like, I think that is shaping up nicely.
Is that the game that first did a lot of bullet time stuff?
No, that was Max Payne.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, the old Hitman games were very linear. It was just like,
go kill that guy.
Yeah, and then the new ones, it's more of like a sandbox puzzle. Like, you have to figure out how to kill this person.
Okay.
And you can basically go about it however you want.
Take as many hours of gameplay as you want to kill that guy. As long as you kill that guy.
Yeah. But, like, most things can be picked up and used as weapons. So, like, if you get caught and you're in a kitchen, you can, like, pick up a soup can and throw it at the guy to knock him out. And, like, drag his body to a freezer and steal his outfit. And, you know, it's cool. Silly. So, if they do something similar for this Bond, like, I think that's shaping up to be a good game.
That sounds like it'd be a perfect way to do a James Bond game, actually. Use what you got, all kinds of crazy, wacky kills and stuff. Use your entire environment.
I'm glad it's not a first person. You know, I don't think we need another first person shooter in the world.
No, I'm sure they tried, but they'll just re-release GoldenEye for the 5th time.
Easy home run.
Yeah, you say it like it's a bad thing.
I mean,
Well, I would say no. The game plays like shit now.
Oh yeah.
Playing them on my
No,
Switch
I
the
love
other
it.
day, like had to remap all the it makes no sense. One stick to control everything.
Yeah,
Sounds like my kind of video game.
I replayed it last year on the 64, and I fucking had a blast. Other than like it doesn't translate well to an HDTV. Like I was playing the level jungle, and like I just couldn't see fucking anything. It was like the hardest thing I've ever done in a game because I had to beat jungle basically blindfolded because like it just doesn't translate on an HDTV.
Right.
Luckily, most of those old Switch games now have like these filters that make it look like an old CRT like TV, so it makes your like the picture looks like shit, so it's easier to deal with, I guess.
Yeah. Huh.
Okay. Well, Rupp,
Thank you very much.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Please check out my show, Reviewing History. It's a comedy history podcast. We go through movies. We tell you what's real and fake in them as we make dick and fart jokes. It's a lot of fun. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/reviewing history. You can follow it for free and see what's coming up. And if something piques your interest, you're free to sign up there as well. But the real reason I'm here is bandcamp.com. You could type in Reviewing History. Our new Christmas podcast is up there. It's called A Very Shining Christmas. You're going to get 4 hours of Christmas content for $5. What more can you want? I promise you it's funny. You'll have a good time. I've been getting a lot of messages from people that are loving it. Highly recommend it, especially if you're a Tell 'em Steve Dave fan. You'll get a lot of vibes from there because I ripped off the format and came up with my own versions of games and stuff. But bandcamp.com/reviewing history. Check that out. It's called A Very Shining Christmas. We also have bundles with the previous year's pods if you want to check that out. Our first year, half the money went to St. Jude. So if you want to check that one out and feel good, get some laughs and help charity, that one's called This Ain't No Whack Christmas. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Thanks,
problem.
meeting you, brother.
Absolutely. It was a great time.
Thank you.
On that note, keep it pointless.
Keep it pointless.
Keep it pointless.
Keep it pointless.
Bye, everybody.